Hello everyone, it's Kim and welcome back to my channel. Today we have my October TBR featuring Spookoplathon by Becca. This is this year's round of the Becca's Spookoplathon, which is normally in the month of September, but this year she's doing it in October and making it spooky, which I'm very excited about. I am ready for some spooky reads. So I have decided to go big or go home. If you hear any heavy breathing, it's my dog. He just walked in the room. Are you gonna lay down? Okay, he's joining us, so if you hear any noises, most likely Milo. But yes, I'm going big, going for it. Oh, is Blue coming to join too? Yes, she is. Hold on. Let me get the dog situated. All right. Dogs are all situated. So, like I said, I am going big and I'm going to do 8 rolls. I am reading a couple of books currently, so if I do finish some of those, give or take, I'll have about 8 books left to finish my reading goal for 2023 of 52 books. So that is why I'm gonna go for it and do 8 rolls to start. And if I get all of these books read, I may be able to finish my goal of 52 books for 2023 in the month of October. Will it happen? Possibly. We shall see. So, let's go ahead and get started with this October's TBR for Spookoplathon. This round of Becca's Spookoplathon commences now with roll number 1. 6 and 5. That was so close to doubles, but it was not. But we have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for a Spookobug. Prompt number 1, roll number 1 gave us Spoopy. I much would have preferred Stabby. I had books for that, but it took a while to figure out a book, but I'm going to go with Death by Pumpkin Spice. This is book 3 in the A Bookstore Cafe Cozy Mystery series. I have Death by Coffee right here. But that is the one I'll be going with. So I'm either going to listen to it, I think I'm going to listen to it on audio and go from there, because I do not have a physical copy, but maybe I'll pick one up. We shall see. But yes, Death by Pumpkin Spice will be my spoopy book for this first prompt. Roll number 2 is doubles, so we are going to add a roll. We have 12, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for crows and ravens. With roll number 2, we got our first doubles, so we will be adding another roll, so we're up to 9 rolls for this round of Spookoplathon. But the prompt here was ravens and crows, or crows and ravens, whichever way it looks on the board. And this one is a bird on the cover, feathers on the cover, or a type of bird in the title, that kind of thing. Do with that what you will. But for this one, I have gone with Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. This was actually still wrapped from when I received it from Outcrate. I had not unwrapped this book yet. But yes, so I don't know too much about this book at all. But I do like that it says, dazzling and dark, readers won't want to turn the final page. So I do like that little blurb on the front. That sounds good. But yeah, it looks like we have some magic a little bit, some mysteries. So I'm definitely intrigued by it, and it sounds like it's going to be a fun little read. Also, I just love this cover. So, Hotel Magnifique. Obviously, crows and ravens were a little bit far from that with some peacock feathers, but you know, it works. It works. So, Hotel Magnifique is my book for this prompt. Roll number 3 is a 5. Once again, really close to those doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a pole pick. Roll number 3, we have poll pick. So I did put up a poll on my Instagram stories, and it was up for about 2 hours. And so the current winner and the book that I am going to be using is going to be The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. So I'm excited. I don't know much about this one either. Let's see. Oh, I didn't realize this was a reimagining of The Jungle Book. Interesting. Intrigued. But yeah, I'm excited. I have not actually read anything from Neil Gaiman, which I feel like his books are kind of like right up my alley, so I don't know. I have 2 of them, oddly enough, on my bookshelves. I've just never read them. So here is the perfect time. We're going to do The Graveyard Book, and that is my poll pick. Roll number 4, 5 to 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for our Taylor Swift train stations, and we have There Is Nothing I Do Better Than Revenge. Roll number 4 has given us the Taylor Swift train station with the lyric of There's Nothing I Do Better Than Revenge. And for the prompt of revenge, I am picking Luck and Booth by Jenny Fagan. From what I recall when I bought this and did a haul for it, it is about the devil's daughter, and she comes, let me see. Okay, she has been sent to bear a child for this wealthy family at this house, and something goes wrong, no idea what it is, but she ends up cursing the house, and I think pretty much everyone who lives there and it lasts a century, so 100 years of this curse. And of course, I'm sure plenty of things are going to unfold. It's going to probably be a very wild ride. I had to figure out if this was a revenge story because I wasn't sure. I had a feeling like if someone's cursing someplace, sounds like revenge to me, but I did kind of do a little glance through some Goodreads things, and it looks like it's going to be an intense read and very interesting, very intrigued by it. So Luck and Booth by Jenny Fagan is my book pick for the prompt of revenge. Roll number 5 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 for a small book. Roll number 5, we have a small book, less than 300 pages, thankfully, because there's a lot of books on this TBR. So for a small book under 300, I'm going with Prosper's Demon by KJ Parker. It is a baby. It's just a little book, but it is about exorcists and exorcism, and I'm not quite sure what else. But it does say at the very end, Prosper's Demon cheerfully and acidly excavates some of Western literature's deepest tropes, from Plato's Philosopher King to Marlowe and Goethe on Dr. Faustus and Mephistopheles with infernal flair. I'm pretty sure that's Goethe. I don't know. I probably pronounced that all wrong, but all those things sound fantastic. I love a Faustian tale, so that's intriguing to me. Everyone knows that I love The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is a pure Faustian tale, and I love that, and I kind of like that we're going to dive into that kind of stuff in this little tiny book. I'm very curious how we're going to fit this story in just over 101 pages. 101 pages, so I'm interested and intrigued about this one. Roll number 6 is 3, 1, 2, and 3 for an orange book. Roll number 6, we got orange. So I don't have a lot of orange spooky books. So for this one, I went more of dark and dramatic. Maybe a little like grungy and gritty. We'll see, but it is Insatiable by Daisy Buchanan. So we have a decent amount of orange, bright orange on this cover, and yeah, it's more along the lines of a contemporary fiction, women's fiction, about female desire, that kind of thing. So I like this one blurb on the front from Dolly Alderton, which is as filthy as it is funny, you won't be able to put it down. So this might be a little reprieve of a book from like the spooky thriller type stories for the month of October, but I have been wanting to read it for a while, and it's actually one that hasn't been on my shelf for too long, which is nice. So Insatiable, Daisy Buchanan, also black sprayed edges, orange. So it kind of screams Halloween time, even though it's not really that kind of book. But orange and black, I feel it fits the vibe. But yes, my orange cover. Roll number 7. Doubles! We're adding another roll. We are up to 10 rolls now. So we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for a mood read. Nice. Definitely will get a spooky book on the TBR for that one. Roll number 7 and our second set of doubles. So we have 10 rolls now, which is fine. I wanted a big TBR, so I'm totally okay with it. I know that I'm most likely not going to get to all these, but it's nice because it gives me a selection of spooky thriller books to read. So for this one, we got mood read. So I can read whatever I want. And for that, I'm going to get on my TBR, one of my mandatory reads for the month of October. This is the pick for the Forget Me Not Fantasy Book Club, which is my Patreon fantasy book club. And that is Nicole Jarvis's The Lights of Prague. If you've been here for a little bit, you know that I've been trying to read this book for at least like 3 years. How many TBRs this book has been on, and I've never read it, but the month is here, October, and book club, it's gonna happen. So if you want to join in, I will have the link down below to Patreon. This is in our vanilla latte tier, and I would love to have you. So this is our pick for September and October for the fantasy book club. And as far as I know, I love Prague. I've wanted to go to Prague. It is on my bucket list. So this one, I believe it has we have some like creepy creatures. We have vampires, I think. So very, very on point with the autumn spooky season. And I'm really excited to finally read The Lights of Prague. Roll number 8. Is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for Mary Shelley. Roll number 8 has given us the prompt Mary Shelley, which the prompt for her is a science fiction book or a sci-fi thriller horror book. Elements of science fiction, because of course she is known for creating science fiction, or that is attributed to her with, of course, her book Frankenstein. We have that gothic horror with a little science fiction background in it. So this one threw me. This one threw me for a loop. While I enjoy science fiction, it is not one that I typically go to. Like, I love the science fiction I have read. It's just not one I know a lot about, and it took me a minute to find one that was like a little spooky or like had kind of a fall element to it, and I think I've done that with Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. We have that kind of medical science background of how the EOs become what they are and how they have these powers. So I feel like that brings that science fiction element, and there's always a lot of like snarky revenge type subplots in this book, and in Vicious, and so with Vengeful, it's called Vengeful. I'm guessing we're here for revenge, which also this probably could have worked for my revenge book. We're having a lot of revenge in this TBR this month. So I read Vicious last year or the year before as a refresh to go into Vengeful. So yeah, I know, a year or two ago, finally getting to Vengeful, but I'm very excited about it. I may pick up the audiobook as well, because this is a fairly chunky book coming in. Let's see. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. It's right under 600 pages, which is still pretty chunky, but with the font on these pages, it's not too bad. So I think we'll be okay. But Vengeful for my science fiction thriller book for this prompt. And on to our extra rolls, thanks to those doubles. Let's hope we don't get any more. Roll number 9 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. What a ghostly scene. Another train station. Roll number 9 has given us another Taylor Swift train station, and the lyric for this one is, what a ghostly scene. So for this, we are to pick a book with ghosts or with a haunting or haunted house. So for that one, I am going with Horrid by Katrina Leno. This book has a mother and daughter are moving into her grandmother's house. It is a fairly old house that her mother ran away from, and for honestly a good reason. But it's spooky, it's creepy, there's ghosts, but it's also a very cozy is not the right word, but it's cozy. It's cozy, it's autumnal, it's creepy, it's honestly like the perfect fall book, and it's fantastic. It has big gothic lit vibes, and it's just really good. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole autumn vibe in a book, and I definitely will be like chugging back the floral lattes and floral beverages of all kinds while I read this book. There is a coffee shop / bookstore in it as well, which is really fun. It's just an overall like creepy, cozy autumn read. Probably only cozy to me now that I think about it, but that is my pick for the prompt of ghosts haunting haunted house. And finally, roll 10. Nope, we have one more, of course. Of course I would get doubles on the last roll. Roll 10 is 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for pumpkin spice. We almost got away. We almost got away without another round of doubles, but alas, roll number 10 and a doubles, so we will have one final, fingers crossed, final roll. But roll 10 was a pumpkin spice, so a spicy book, romance. I'm going to continue my reread of the Black Dagger Brotherhood series by J.R. Ward with Lover Unleashed. This is a book about Pain and Manny, and I am ready for it. I'm ready. I am so close to catching up to where I left off. I have about 6 more books, I think, until I'm caught up and can read the books I have yet to read for the first time, which is very exciting. So this is the next step in my reread up until a certain point. And honestly, there's only one scene that I recall in this book, and I'm not going to talk about it here. But it's a spicy one, but that, I kid you not, that is the only like scene that comes to mind when I think about this book, which I find hilarious, but it is definitely one of the spicy scenes, so I think it fits this prompt quite well. So, pumpkin spice and Lover Unleashed. Last but not least, roll 11. Please no more doubles. I was really worried for a second. We have a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Our final book is highest rated. And our final prompt is highest rated. So for this, I did take my Goodreads TBR, which honestly isn't the best representation of my current TBR, but I took that, ranked it from highest rated, and I will be reading The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I do have a advanced copy on eARC of this, so I kind of lucked out that it's kind of a very autumn book, which will be nice. So The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young will be my final book for Spookoplathon. I picked a lot of books. Let's see them all. Let's see them all. Alright, here they are. Here is all the TBR together. I still, of course, need to get a copy of Death by Pumpkin Spice, and then I am also missing The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. But those two are also in this stack. You just can't see them. So I think I have bit off a really big piece of pumpkin pie that I may not be able to finish, but I'm going to do my best. I think it would be very exciting to hit my reading goal of 52 books here in the month of October. So I'm very excited to try and get through as many of these as I can, because I do plan to, oh goodness, I do plan to try, I'm hoping to participate in NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, and that is in November. So if I could finish off my reading goal in October and then have a little more wiggle room, I just did like the Bejeweled Taylor Swift dance, a little bit of wiggle room, a little witchy vibes, wiggle room, with my reading, in order to maybe focus more on NaNoWriMo, that'd be amazing. But yeah, that is my hopes, that is my dreams for October and beyond for now. And let me know if you are participating in Spookoplathon, or let me know what book you're gonna be starting off your October with. Are you going for spooky fall, or are you going for like cozy, cuddled up with a cup of tea and a book on the couch, romance, contemporary type fall? Let me know. And I will see you all very soon in the next video. So until then, take care and happy reading, everyone. Bye. One more thing. You thought you got rid of me, but I 100% forgot to do this month's TBR Acorn pick. So let's add one more book to this TBR. Alright. I need to ask my patrons for some more books. I'm running low. Alright, what's it gonna be? Let's go with this one. That's already coming apart. What is this one? I do not remember what this book is about, but it is called Truth and Beard by Penny Reed, and this is a recommendation from Michelle. I want to say that this might be a romance. Maybe? I don't remember, but that is what it is. If you've heard of this book, let me know what you think, but yeah, so I need to do that. And now I don't know how to end this video because I already did once. So, everything that I said before. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye again.